I've noticed something weird in a lot of shows and movies lately. Strong female characters don't actually feel like women. And I don't mean that in a they're written badly way. Some of them are great characters. But the more you watch, the more it starts to feel like they weren't written as women first. They were written like men and then adjusted. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Because there's this pattern, and I don't think people notice it consciously. Whenever a female character is introduced as strong, she almost immediately starts rejecting everything that's considered feminine. Not just like, oh, she prefers this over that. I mean full rejection. Clothes? Doesn't care. Emotions? Keeps them locked. Relationships? Waste of time. And then the story rewards that. Like, that is what makes her powerful. Like, bro, at this point, just give her a beard and call it a day. And we've seen this so many times that it doesn't even feel strange anymore. Like, think about it. How many times have we seen that not like other girls setup? The girl walks in, doesn't care about how she looks, doesn't understand why others do, acts tougher than everyone else. And of course, the main guy is like, wow, she's different. Take Allison Argent, for example. And listen, I actually like her character. This isn't hate. But look at how she's positioned. She's not just strong, she's aligned with hunting, violence, legacy. Even Lydia points it out at times. And again, that's fine. But when you see it again and again and again, it stops feeling like a character choice. Same thing with Amy Santiago. And yeah, I might get the number wrong, it's been a while, but the whole I grew up with a bunch of brothers thing, that's not just backstory, that's justification. It's the writer saying, don't worry, there's a reason she behaves like this.
Amy Santiago. She's got 7 brothers, so she's always trying to prove she's tough.
Careful, that stuff's pretty hot.
Oh, is it?
And it's not always about brothers either. Sometimes it's just the personality template, like Arya Stark. Her entire journey is built on survival through combat. And again, it works for her story. But notice what gets left behind. Or even Robin Scherbatsky, raised as Robin Jr., constantly proving she's not like other women. And when you line all of this up, it starts to feel less like coincidence and more like a writing habit. And that's where it gets weird. Because why do we need to justify her strength like that? Why does it always come from, she had to become this to survive? And this isn't just older shows, it's still happening, just in a more polished way. Now it's like, you introduce a female detective, FBI agent, whatever, and she immediately distances herself from anything feminine. Heels? Yeah, I don't do that. Dating? Waste of time. Feelings? Never heard of them. And I'm sitting there like, why is this the default setting? Why does strength always look like rejection? Because imagine the reverse for a second. Imagine a male character being introduced and they're like, I hate fighting, I just want to talk things out, I care about emotions, I like expressing myself. That would stand out immediately. People would call it interesting. But with female characters, we keep going back to the same formula. And this is where it gets interesting, because some characters don't do this at all, and they feel way more complete. Take Katherine Pierce. She's not trying to prove she's tough, she's not rejecting femininity. She uses it. Her intelligence, her presence, her manipulation, everything becomes part of her strength.
You're hurting me.
Stop it, Katherine!
Stop what? It's getting really easy being you.
Or Caroline Forbes. She's organized, emotional, social, all the things that usually get written off. And yet she ends up being one of the most capable characters. And then Lydia Martin. She doesn't fight, she doesn't try to overpower anyone. But she's always the one who figures things out. And then there's Morgan Guillory. This one is recent, and honestly, this is what I'm talking about. She cares about how she looks. She dresses well, makeup, fashion, she's into it. But at the same time, she's solving cases that nobody else can. And what I like about her is she doesn't pretend. If she's scared, she's scared. If she's right, she'll stand her ground, even if the whole room is against her. And if she's wrong, she says it. That's a complete character, not a template, and that's the difference. They don't become powerful by rejecting who they are. They become powerful by fully using it. So I don't think the problem is strong female characters. We clearly have them. The problem is how often strength is written the same way. Because after a point, it stops feeling like representation and starts feeling like a template. And yeah, I still like a lot of these characters. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying we've seen this pattern enough now to question it. Because strength doesn't have to look like something else. It doesn't have to imitate. A female character doesn't need to become one of the boys to matter. She can be feminine and still be powerful. She doesn't have to replace the role of a son to prove she was never lacking as a daughter. But I don't know, maybe I'm reaching. What do you think? Is this actually a pattern, or am I just overanalyzing it? And if you like conversations like this, not just what we watch, but how it's written, then subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next one.